Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning. This is the Senior Moments Show. I am your host, Sid Roeder, visiting today with Julie Hollist Terrill she's the director of the Cache Valley Visitor Center. Did I say that all right?
Cache Valley Visitors Bureau, but I think center sounds more fun.
Sounds bigger, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. But before we jump into all the fun things going on in Cache Valley, which we love to have Julie for, let me talk really quick about our sponsor, which is the Empowering Seniors Group, a group of dedicated professionals that give their time to provide seniors with information and their family members, of course, and people that are interested. And we do so via this radio show. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniors.cv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you have any suggestions for this show, anyone you would like to see us invite, you can call me personally at 435-512-6406. And maybe before I start talking to Julie, I want to invite all our listeners today to grab a pen and paper, because I'm sure Julie's going to mention some things that are going on in Cache Valley. And if you want to jot down some dates, some ideas on things to do, you might want to be ready for that. So good morning, Julie.
Good morning to you.
It's so fun to have you here. It's always my favorite show when I get to chat with you.
Thank you so much. Well, I always get to talk about fun and exciting things, so maybe that makes it easy too.
It does. And you just have the best personality.
Oh, thank you. You know, this is the time of year too in Cache Valley that I just love. All the blossoms are out, and I mean, everything just is so, it feels exciting to me, because I'm like, winter's finally behind us, and it just feels like a new time to go out and explore and enjoy what we have here around us.
Absolutely. Spring has sprung. So, yeah, let's start. I think there's one thing that's coming up today, actually, isn't it?
Well, one thing you'll notice, of course, you've probably noticed that town's a little bit more crowded this weekend, and that's because it's graduation at Utah State University. And we were talking before the show just about how neat the Center Street area of Logan has become on that west center block. And, there's the new archway that goes over it that says Center Street. And you may not be aware that they can change the coloring in all of those letters. And so, of course, this weekend it's Aggie blue, or at least bright blue anyway, to celebrate graduation. So it's just kind of fun to have one more way that our community can help celebrate the success of the graduates and of those at Utah State.
That's wonderful. I actually was not aware of that, so I'm going to have to look.
Yeah, they did it red at Valentine's Day, and they're just kind of trying to, do a few little fun, subtle things. So that's exciting.
Sweet. And maybe we'll also briefly touch, I know we've had 3 weeks back or so, we had somebody here with the Summer Citizens Program, but maybe you want to remind our listeners on what goes on with that.
I absolutely do. This is the first year that the Cache Valley Chamber of Commerce has taken over the program. The university ran that program for over 45 years. And now the Cache Chamber is going to be hosting it. And the important thing that you should know is that anybody who is a resident, who is a senior 55 and older, can become a summer citizen. And what you'll do is go to the Cache Chamber website, which is cachechamber.com. Sorry about that. And you can see the tab there for summer citizens. And you register for about $50, and there are lots of different events and tours and things that you can do as a summer citizen. In addition to that, then Utah State University is keeping what they did before, which is what they did so well before, which is the educational component. So then after you become a member through the chamber, then you would register at Utah State and take classes up there. Or for the first time ever, Bridgerland has come on, and they're going to be teaching some fun courses that are very affordable. And I mean, everything from, well, I can't even say all the things are from, but one I thought was so cute was like how to groom your dog or your pet, So there's just this wide variety of great things. We're going to have, so far, over 500 people have registered, meaning that they're going to be coming from Arizona and Texas and all the hot places to join us. You've seen them before. You know them all. They wear shorts and jackets and their socks pulled up to their knees and drive really nice cars. So we have a little dramatic changeover when the students leave and they roll into town.
Yeah, I remember distinctly one class that was mentioned there that BTEC's going to put on. If you would like to learn how to weld, you can sign up for a welding course.
Oh my word. That's so great. I just think it's so fun. Maybe I'll sign up. I'm not old enough, but maybe they'd let me sign up for a welding course. But it'd be a really great opportunity. The things that you would get for the $50, there are going to be a couple of big socials and lunches and concerts on the plaza downtown and just some special street festivals and fun things just for summer citizens. And we'd love for the locals to take advantage of this because for a long time, I don't think the word has really been out there that locals can join. So I certainly would invite you to. And when I get old enough to be a summer citizen, I'm going to sign up myself. So there you go.
I think it's brilliant. I actually could sign up. I just don't have enough time to do it. But it's definitely a great deal. And if you have questions, again, it's on the Chamber website, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And do you know if there's another place? Can they find it up at USU? Or
no, the easiest place would be because their Cache Chamber is kind of the entryway. Then you branch off to the other places that you're interested in. So cachechamber.com would be the best spot.
Okay, perfect. And then I'm kind of getting ready for fresh veggies and things. Is the market coming on?
Yes, the market's coming on, but we won't have any fresh veggies for a hot minute because it hasn't been hot here at all. So always Mother's Day weekend is the first weekend of the Gardeners Market, and it's held on the grounds of the historic courthouse at 199 North Main. That is also where my office is, but it's from 9 to 1 each Saturday, rain or shine, and it's just it'll be so fun. And to be back together and just see the community coming together. And of course, as the months progress or the weeks progress, we get to have different vegetables and fruits that are available as they become ripe. And we'll start out with lettuces and a few things like that, but there'll be people there, they make food there for you from food trucks and stuff. And you can do those, and they have live music and fun activities. And it's just one of those parts of Cache Valley. And if you haven't experienced it, I certainly invite you to do so because it's great.
Yeah, and the bakeries are great.
The bakery, yes, yep. Bakeries and Hip Mama's lemonade that's fresh squeezed before your eyes. And, it's great.
It's just a good way to start a Saturday morning, I think.
It is.
Okay, well, let's see. We've got 2 more minutes before we run into our first break. What other things are going on that you want to share?
Sure. Let me just tell you about a couple of other events that are happening right away. And first of all, the Cinco de Mayo celebration on May 4th down at the fairgrounds at the Cache Event Center. And I believe the radio group is a sponsor of that event. And I was able to go a couple of years ago for the first time, and I was so impressed with the way that they were able to bring together our community and really celebrate the Latin community and cultures. So there'll be dancing, there'll be live music, there'll be great food, and it's really a nice way to experience a part of our culture here in Cache Valley that we don't always see a lot of. And I love that the radio group has given them an opportunity to really showcase and be together and bring our community together to celebrate that important day for them. So obviously Cinco de Mayo, the actual 5th of May is on a Sunday, and so this will be the day before down at the Cache Event Center. So everyone's welcome to come to that. And then we've got one thing, I don't even know if there are any tickets left, but on the 8th, the Ellen Eccles Theater is celebrating the 20th anniversary of Napoleon Dynamite. And so they're showing a screening, and 2 of the leads performers, Napoleon and Pedro, are both going to be there. So that's exciting. And the night before that, there's going to be a fundraiser for Utah Public Radio at the Cache Bar, and they're doing trivia all about 100 years of filming movies in Utah. So the Utah Film Commission is actually coming to be a part of both of those events to help celebrate some of the great movies and part of the works that have been filmed here in Cache Valley and also throughout the state. So that's something that you could do in this next week.
Perfect. We're coming up on our first break, but we have just barely enough time to mention the website in case somebody didn't jot this down where they can find events.
Oh, silly me. Yes, explorelogan.com. And then just click on the calendar.
Wonderful, Julie. This is the Senior Moments Show. We're visiting with Julie Hollist Terrill today from the Visitors Bureau here in Cache Valley. We're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know 1 in 3 people will visit a nursing home? Did you know that once there, they will stay there for an average of 3 years? Did you also know there are insurance options that can help cover this experience? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. It's not cheap to stay in a full-fledged nursing home. Long-term care insurance can help you or a loved one get the care they need and deserve. If you wait until you need it, you may be too late. Give me a call at 435-890-8155.
Hi, this is Tyler. Recently, my father passed away, and White Pine provided the funeral services for our family. They were friendly, thoughtful, and attentive to every detail. You know, it isn't often that a loved one passes away, so it was very important to my family that everything be handled just right. Because my dad was loved by so many people, we had a lot of family and friends that traveled from out of town. I really appreciate how White Pine Funeral Services made sure everyone was comfortable and that the focus was where it needed to be, on my dad and my family. They really took care of us during this tender time.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
In today's world, we often think it's cheaper to order through the mail, right? In the case of prescriptions, that's not always true. Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram, your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, is often less expensive than mail order plans. Plus, you can talk to the pharmacist in person or on the phone. Who better to help navigate the confusing world of medicine than the pharmacists at Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram? Reed's trained pharmacists will help you navigate the maze of healthcare. Call 245-DRUG for more information. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Welcome back. This is the Senior Moments Show. I'm your host, Sid Roeder, visiting today with Julie Hollist Terrill. She's the director of the Cache Valley Visitors Bureau. This time I got it right.
Yes.
Welcome back, Julie. We've been talking about some of the fun events that are happening in Cache Valley. Graduation today, Cinco de Mayo, and some other things that are going on that are coming in Farmers Market. There was one thing that popped into my mind over the break, and that was the plaza.
Yes. The Lob Plaza. What a fantastic gathering place.
Okay. And I know I drove by this winter several times and I did see people ice skating. I kind of was wondering if you know some of the statistics, maybe how the feedback is, how it's been received.
Sure. You know, I just felt like it kind of turned Cache Valley or downtown Logan even more into a hallmark little town downtown, it felt like. But I think the reports that came in that there were about 12,000 people who went skating there this winter. And so it's so great to have a place like that is well used and that people will really come together. And so that's the first time the plaza has been, you know, it just barely had the ribbon cutting in the fall. And so they've had the winter season. And now coming up in about June, they're going to be starting their summer programming. And by that, I mean, they really want this to be a place that's used. And so they're going to have the city is going to be the one who's responsible for doing the programming down there, meaning if we're going to have concerts or if we're going to have movies or what we're going to have. And so they already have some exciting things planned. And I got asked to be on the committee to determine partly a concert series that they're going to do. We just met about this last week. And starting in June, they're going to be having a Live After 5 free music concert series down there at the plaza. And they have lots of seating, but if you wanted to bring a chair, you could do that too. And I'm not sure the time that everything's going to get started, but they're going to have a full schedule starting in mid-June, and it'll go for several weeks. And that's going to be sponsored by Cafe Sabor, is actually putting toward the money to pay for the bands. And some of them are local or regional, but there's going to be some great music down there. And in addition, they're going to have a splash pad that will be open. So the kids, or I don't think you have to be a kid, said you could go down and just run through the splash pad. So I got to see them do a test run of that in the fall when they opened, and it was just really fun to see, you know, the different ways that the water flies up when you're not expecting it, stuff like that. They're also going to have oversized games down there, like Jenga. They have these giant pieces that you can play, checkers and chess, and they're also going to have like early morning. Well, I don't know if it's going to be early morning, but they're going to have aerobics in the morning and just like different things. And so you'll be wanting to check out, they're going to post all those on our website as well. And that's again, explorelogan.com. But what a cool, our downtown is really just getting to be so great. And you know, the new library opened and it's beautiful. I would invite anybody and everybody, even if you don't live in Logan, to go down and see that new library. It is fantastic.
Yeah, it sounds so. These concert series, Live After 5, is that going to be on every day? I can't imagine.
Wednesday nights.
Only Wednesday nights.
Yep, it'll be a Wednesday night series for several weeks, maybe like 10 weeks even.
Wow, that sounds fun though.
Yeah, and we're going to start, you know, everything is just starting to come together. But it's going to take a couple weeks because we're kind of in a lag time before our sort of late spring, summer events get started. One thing I would recommend you doing is, if you haven't had a chance to go see the newly redone Cache Daughters of the Utah Pioneers Pioneer Museum. That is in the old old courthouse, which used to be a post office and other buildings too. It used to be the Chamber of Commerce building, and that's just right across the street from me. And right now for their summer hours, they're open on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 11 to 5. But after the end of May, they'll be open Tuesday through Friday and also on Saturdays. But the reason I'm telling you this is because it is so magnificent. They have made such spectacular changes in there. It's very light and open, and they're able to display things in a very lovely fashion. And they've got lots of interactive things that you can do and trivia, and it talks about the different components of culture for our valley. So everything from the Shoshone Indians who were here, have been here for 10,000 years, to the mountain men who were here, to the early pioneers, into where we are today. And there's beautiful signage, and it's just a place that you absolutely should go. And while you're there, you should just sort of poke around that building because it's been redone and it is beautiful inside. So that's another place that you could go and take your kids and take your grandkids and just have an enjoyable time seeing that. It's a great treasure. It's just hidden right downtown in front of your very eyes.
Yeah, I don't think you have to be bored in Logan. There's plenty to do.
No, you definitely don't. And if you think you're going to be bored, I actually wrote a book called 117 Amazing Things to Do in Logan and Cache Valley because I got tired of hearing people say that there was nothing to do. And I was like, really? Watch this. And so I just wrote that. And there's secretly more than 117 crammed in that little book. But you can get that at the Visitors Bureau. You can get it on Amazon. So that's a way that I could change your mind. Even people who've lived here all their lives are like, oh, I never knew. And I think, I told you so.
And it's true. It's true. I will say that is one of my favorite gifts to give my clients, and all my kids got one. So, yeah, if you have not seen that, and it's a good size too. You can just stick it in your backpack or leave it in your car. And if your kids say they're bored, throw it in the back seat and say, pick some.
Yeah, that's right. It's about the size of the Reader's Digest magazine. So, yeah, that's been really fun, and people have really enjoyed that. And it's just because it's a great way to get out and explore our beautiful valley. And as things warm up, it's going to be great to be back in the canyons and hiking. And it's muddy now and still not quite ready for that, but soon.
Well, some trails already work because I've been on some.
The lower ones, yes. the lower ones, yes.
But
we're still going to have snow at Tony Grove until July for real, probably.
You're probably right on that. Yeah, that's great. What else? I can't even think of anything.
Well, something that I would love for people to be aware of is the fact that if you want to plan a vacation, now think about gas prices right now. We're at almost $4 a gallon. Are you kidding me? You really don't have to go anywhere far away. If you'd like to have a staycation, save money on gas, come to my office because we have so many materials. People think, oh, it's the Visitors Bureau. I'm not a visitor. I live here. But where else will you go that you can have brochures about a walking tour of historic downtown Logan or the historic homes on Center Street or about hiking trails or about fishing or also surrounding areas. So if you'd like some things to do in Bear Lake or if you want to go over to Box Elder County and Brigham City for a day and see the Golden Spike, or you can do day trips from here. And we also have information about Yellowstone and Jackson or all the national parks in the state. Any of those surrounding areas, we're a great place for you to come and research and find information about a trip you'd like to take. And in our gift shop, we've got books for all sorts of information about identifying plants and flowers and birds and hiking guides and a book about Bigfoot sightings in Cache Valley and, you name it. Our gift shop's a great place. And also, I'm just going to say, every person who comes to our office looking for a postcard is grateful because we have them, because we've printed them ourselves because you can't find them anywhere. So if you are looking for projects or you need postcards for your flat Stanley for your grandkids or whatever, we're the place. So Logan shirts and hats and, Mother's Day and Father's Day are coming up, and that'd be a great place to get some history books about the area, some unique gifts that you literally won't find anywhere else and are so much fun.
That is true. I can only second that. I've actually been there the other day, and the walking tour of Logan, I picked that up because my parents are coming to visit, so I'm excited about that.
And if you want to torture your grandkids, if you want to torture your children, we have a wooden whistle that sounds like a train when you blow it, and so you just buy that for your grandkids and send them on their way, and they'll torture their parents, and that will make you laugh a little bit.
That is wonderful. Well, we're coming up here on our second break. Sorry. I want to mention our sponsor really quick, which is the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about them, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know that one of the greatest threats to our quality of life is a fall? 1/3 of Americans 65 and older, and 1/2 of those over 80 will fall this year. Many will never be the same again, and some will never return to their homes. This is Bruce at Comfort Care. One of the ways we can help people stay in their home is through our free in-home fall protection survey. Let us help you identify these fall risks. Call us at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
Want an inexperienced surgeon?
Okay, nurse, I'm ready for the scalpel.
How about an inexperienced airline pilot?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain, and I'm terrified.
Experience matters, and we have it.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty. I am a senior real estate specialist.
I'd love to meet with you face-to-face and give you a free consultation and market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
At Maple Springs Senior Living in North Logan, we understand that entrusting the care of your loved one to someone else is a decision not taken lightly. That's why we go above and beyond to create a nurturing environment where your family becomes our family.
When I found Maple Springs, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. The staff here really cares, and Mom is thriving.
The activities and social events have brought so much joy to Dad's life. I can see a positive change every time I visit.
We know that your loved one's well-being is your top priority, and it's ours too. Learn more at maplesprings.com.
Welcome back. This is the Senior Moment Show. I'm your host, Sid Roeder, visiting today with Julie Hollist Terrill. She is the director of the Cache Valley Visitors Bureau. Julie was playing with her glasses, so
I'm sorry.
That distracted me a little bit.
Making faces at Sid.
Yes, she just totally threw me off concept. So before we dive into this, we've mentioned a lot of the fun things that are going on in Cache Valley. I don't want to repeat them all, but I will give Julie a chance to mention the website again and maybe the phone number of the Visitors Bureau. So if somebody has a question, they can call in or go online.
Sure, it's explorelogan.com, and we've got a lot of all sorts of information on that website, and especially the calendar is very helpful. And also, if you are an organization that you are part of is having an event, we'd love to be able to promote it on our website. So you can use the same place to submit an event, and we'd be happy to help publicize it that way. So explorelogan.com, and our phone number is, of course, 435, but then 755-1890. So that's where you can give us a shout. We'd be happy to help in any way we can.
Sweet.
And someday we should talk about some of the questions that we get from people who call the Visitors Bureau and want to know things like, can you tell me where I take my empty cans of paint? And I'm like, yeah, because people who are on vacation always bring those, and so we always have to tell them where to put those. We have no idea. Anyway, that was just one of them.
Oh, that's funny.
Sorry. So anyway, yes, coming up, one of the things that we didn't mention yet is May 16th through the 19th. So coming up in just a couple of weeks, we are going to have the annual Mount Ogden Kennel Club Dog Show down at the fairgrounds and the event center. And I am telling you, so they've been coming and doing this for years, and people come with their dogs from all over this country, and they judge them, and they have to do tricks, and they have to do, prance out there. And we just did a little drive inside the fairgrounds, you can go on that outer sort of road, and just sort of we looked in there. Sid, it was the most amazing thing. There were people with their dogs up on platforms and their hair drying, hair dryer, blow drying their hair so it's perfect. They have a bib on around the dog's neck so when it gets a drink of water, it's not going to mess anything up. And they're judging all these breeds, and you can go for free and just see them. Like I said, I've never even been before. I don't even really love pets, except for I have a dog named Velma, and I love her, but she's the only dog. But anyway, just to go as a complete civilian and have no idea what was going on, I was so amazed. And you could go anytime and just watch any of the proceedings going on. Some of them are outdoors and some of them are indoors, but May 16th through the 19th, you should really just go check it out. It's incredible. Wow. Yeah, it's an experience I've never even thought of having before. So and then, of course, we're just kind of right on the brink of our exciting summer season getting ready to kick off. Father's Day weekend is always, that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is Summerfest Arts Fair. It's going to be bigger and better than ever before. They're always doing things to make little tiny improvements and bringing more artists and different musicians and great food. And that, of course, as well, is down at the Event Center, and that'll be that Thursday, Friday, Saturday of Father's Day weekend. And I don't know if you're aware, but Logan is known as Utah's heart of the arts, especially during the summertime. And that is because we have three live performance theaters downtown. The Ellen Eccles, which is stunning. And if you've never been inside, you must do this. You must go. And then we have around the corner, we have the Lyric Theater that was built in 1913, and then we have the 1924 Utah Theater that was renovated not too long ago and is stunningly beautiful. So we've got live performances starting mid-June. The Lyric Theater is going to be doing some really fun shows. One's a comedy called Hay Fever, and they've got one that's, last year they did one called Shaboom, and it was this kind of a 50s musical review, and now they're going to do the sequel to it, and that was all women who did it. And now it's going to be all men, and they're doing the 50s music, and it was so much fun. They're doing Driving Miss Daisy and a couple other shows. They start mid-June, and then on July 5th, the Utah Festival Opera and Musical Theater opens, and this year, for the first time ever in I don't even know how far away, they are able to perform Cats, the Andrew Lloyd Webber crazy show Cats. They're bringing all of the dancers who are part of that have performed on Broadway or on a touring Broadway production of Cats. And so because of that, they're going to have incredible shows that feature a lot of dancing. And if I were you, you just get your tickets now. And one thing that you should know is that any Utah student, elementary through high school, gets a free ticket to each show. And so if you want to take your grandchildren or your children, please take advantage of this. And I would go see the show Anything Goes. That's going to be the funniest one. It's going to have great tap dancing, big music, and it is hilarious. So anyway, there's so much going on. I could talk to you forever about how amazing it is to be here and all the things going on, but that's kind of about where we're at, I think. Just getting ready to kick everything off. One thing I did want to point out too was during the summer, they have a theater, they have a movie series, it's silent movies at the Utah Theater with an organist who is a professional theater organist who plays $1 million organ, and you sit there and he watches the screen while you do, and he puts in all the music with all the literally bells and whistles, and that series, they're only $10 a show, and you must go to one of those. It's one of the few places in the nation you can have that experience, and it's right here in Logan, right in your own backyard.
I know. I hear that's spectacular. That is on my to-do list for this year.
Great.
We're coming up on the end of our show again, so I don't want to miss to have the website and the phone number again where people can find out.
Sure. It's explorelogan.com, and go to the calendar or just stay on the site and see all the things you'd like to learn about. And so again, explorelogan.com, and our phone number is 435-755-1890, or just stop in and see us at the old courthouse. It's a beautiful place to experience and see as it's been restored as well.
Thank you for coming in, Julie. That's it from the Senior Moments Show. We hope you tune in again next week.